addressing issues to river health can be really complex and overwhelming.
We all recognise the need to have multiple benefit solutions, and I think the pollution prediction tool, its real strength is that it brings together such diverse data sets in a relatively user-friendly way to support making better decisions.
But this is a really good example how we can take knowledge and expertise from different sectors and enable people to deliver solutions. London's rivers are very degraded in places. One of the biggest issues that I've seen my whole career is pollution from roads. There's over 300 different forms of pollutants, which come from everything from the exhaust emissions to the brakes and the tyres and the degradation of the road. That's what we are trying to stop getting into the river in the first place.
Hiya, how you doing? I actually met John in the pub and we started talking about his interest in working with citizen science, cheap road runoff, and my research in the same area. We started off with a tool that can identify pollution hotspots and then could provide potential solutions to address those pollution hotspots.
The tool which we've come up with really takes this incredibly complex issue of road runoff and actually just with a few clicks being able to tell them what sort of sustainable drainage system can be used to resolve the pollution. So they can integrate that into their delivery plan to address both flood risk and water quality issues.
So we looked at emission factors from different vehicle parts. We then took that data set and combined it with local rainfall conditions, local road surface area conditions to come up with an approach based on the makeup of traffic on a particular road. And that is the approach that underpins the pollution prediction part of the tool. And so we've then got a decision support tool, which starts to look at where the nearest green spaces are and where they link to surface water outfalls, and then the site conditions in terms of the geology, where you can actually build, for example, ponds or infiltration system.
So we've been working with Enfield Council. They have integrated this tool into their everyday work.
Hello.
Hey, how
you doing? So this is helping to identify locations from a pollution generation perspective.
This is really important for us because as well as helping us to identify where the most pollution roads are, it's also identifying where the key opportunities are so we can then look at our own data and start to think about how we prioritize and recognize opportunities and which ones we should be thinking about delivering.
So it's really to try and support local authorities, citizen scientists, community groups to start to narrow down possible solutions.
You can never know what can happen with a conversation at the pub.